A high-ranking commander of a powerful Iranian-backed militia just issued a blunt warning to the United States. If Trump enters America into war with Iran, U.S. bases across the Middle East will become duck-hunting grounds. Simultaneously, he threatened to shut down the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway through which 1 in every 5 barrels of the world's oil supply flows. Tensions are peaking. Oil markets are trembling. Troops are exposed. And Trump, in familiar form, says he'll decide what to do in 2 weeks. But time, unlike oil, might be running out. In an increasingly volatile Middle East, a dire threat has been issued that could draw the United States into a large-scale regional war. A senior leader of an Iranian-backed militia has warned that if Donald Trump, who is once again a central figure in U.S. foreign policy discussions, initiates military action against Iran, American troops stationed across the region will become targets. The stakes couldn't be higher. The U.S. maintains approximately 40,000 troops across key military bases in the Middle East. Simultaneously, any disruption in the Strait of Hormuz, the world's most critical oil choke point, would trigger a global economic shock. But behind the sound bites and saber-rattling lies a deeper truth. Trump's war rhetoric is built on intelligence distortions, a pattern of political delay tactics, and an eerie déjà vu of the 2003 Iraq War. As of 2025, the U.S. maintains an extensive military footprint across the Middle East. Key bases include Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, central command hub for operations across Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan. Al Dhafra Air Base in the UAE, which hosts U.S. Air Force squadrons and surveillance missions. Ali Al Salem Air Base in Kuwait, launch point for troop movements into Iraq. Tanf Garrison in Syria, a forward operating base strategically placed near Iranian supply lines. And bases in Erbil and Baghdad, Iraq, serving as intelligence and diplomatic hubs with U.S. troop protection. According to the U.S. Department of Defense and CENTCOM reporting, approximately 40,000 active-duty U.S. personnel are stationed in the region. These bases are within range of drone, missile, and rocket attacks from Iranian-backed militias, who have a well-documented history of targeting American assets in Iraq and Syria. A militia commander, speaking through Iranian state-aligned media, threatened that these bases would become hunting grounds if Trump intervenes militarily. This type of language signals asymmetric warfare. Think rocket attacks on sleeping barracks or drone swarms on airstrips. Tactics already used by militias, like Kataib Hezbollah and the Houthis. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow passage connecting the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea. At its narrowest point, the strait is only 21 miles wide. Here are the vital statistics. 21 million barrels per day of oil pass through it. That's roughly 20% of global petroleum liquids consumption. Major exporters through the strait include Saudi Arabia, Iraq, UAE, Kuwait, and Iran. Major importers include China, Japan, India, and Western Europe. If a conflict caused even a temporary closure of the strait, oil prices could skyrocket from $80 to $150 plus per barrel. U.S. gasoline could spike to $6 to $8 per gallon, depending on refinery capacities and reserve release. Global inflation would rise sharply, hurting lower-income nations the most. Strategic reserves would be tapped, but only provide relief for 30 to 90 days. In 1984, Iran threatened the strait during the Iran-Iraq War, but never closed it. During Operation Praying Mantis in 1988, U.S.-Iran naval skirmishes briefly disrupted shipping, causing oil prices to jump 10% in a day. Never in history has the strait been completely shut. But as recent missile strikes on Israeli and Iranian cities have shown, what was once unimaginable is now plausible. Trump and some of his allies claim Iran is weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon. But that's not supported by U.S. intelligence. The March 2025 U.S. intelligence community assessment states, Iran is not currently pursuing a nuclear weapons program. Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has not authorized the resumption of weaponization efforts suspended. In 2003, Iran has stockpiled 60% enriched uranium, which is technically below weapons grade at 90%. Weaponization involves not just uranium but also warhead design, miniaturization, and missile integration steps Iran is not currently taking, according to the IAEA and U.S. intelligence. If Iran chose to pursue a weapon today, the earliest projection for a deliverable bomb is 2.5 to 3 years, according to both U.S. and Israeli defense analysts. Claims of weeks away echo the 200203 lead up to the Iraq invasion, when the U.S. falsely claimed Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. It frames Iran as an imminent threat, justifying preemptive strikes. Trump's 2 weeks claim has become a punchline in political circles. Past examples include, I'll release my healthcare plan in 2 weeks. Big infrastructure announcement coming in 2 weeks. We'll declassify the JFK files in 2 weeks. The phrase is often used to buy time, change the media narrative, or avoid immediate accountability. Rarely does a significant event follow the 2 weeks. But this time is different. The threat of war, the lives of U.S. troops, and global oil supply. In 2003, the Bush administration pushed America into war with Iran, based on fabricated evidence of weapons of mass destruction, claims of imminent nuclear threat, and false links between Saddam Hussein and terrorism. The outcome, $2.9 trillion spent, over 4,500 American troops killed, hundreds of thousands of Iraqi civilian deaths, a destabilized Middle East that gave rise to ISIS. Trump campaigned in 2016 by condemning the Iraq War. Now, his rhetoric eerily mirrors the same fear-based politics, this time with Iran and even higher stakes. The threats are real. U.S. troops are surrounded by hostile militias with proven capabilities. The Strait of Hormuz, if blocked, could trigger a worldwide energy and economic crisis. Iran's nuclear program is being misrepresented to fuel war narratives. And Donald Trump's 2-week ambiguity is creating an unnecessary window for escalation. This is not a rehearsal. This is not a rehearsal. It's a slow-motion crisis, and the clock is ticking. If Trump miscalculates, the United States could find itself repeating the most catastrophic mistake of the 21st century. Only this time with nuclear rhetoric, global oil dependence, and more emboldened adversaries in play. Thanks for watching.